Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be recapping the 2024 and 2025 releases from the Third Doctor Adventures range from Big Finish. But before I get into that, I'm recording this episode on the 15th of February 2026. If you're listening to this episode, it's nearly March. So as I've mentioned in previous episodes, the podcast is evolving from March 2025. It is going from 7 episodes a week, obviously an episode every day, Monday to Sunday, to episodes just Monday to Friday, so 5 episodes a week. And then for April 2026, it is going to 3 episodes a week. So you're still getting multiple episodes a week, and I'm recording them in advance, so hopefully all the episodes are mine instead of it going between me and Chuck. So, yeah. So we're going to start off with the first release of the Third Doctor Adventures from 2024, which is Revolution in Space, which released in February 2024. So I've done with the previous Big Finish recaps. I'm going to talk about the episode, talk about the release, show you the trailer, let you know my thoughts. We'll do them until I've done all the releases that I've listened to. So Revolution in Space, we've got the synopsis for, which is as follows. The Doctor and Sarah find themselves on an asteroid on the outer reaches of Earth's solar system. It's the future, and humans have colonized this inhospitable place to mine vital minerals to supply their home planet. However, links with Earth are becoming even more strained, and forces within the colony are seeking independence. Revolution is in the air. Meanwhile, in the deepest chambers of the asteroid, a powerful force is emerging. Its influence is growing rapidly, but how will it affect Sarah Jane Smith and her place in history? It was recorded between the 21st and 23rd of August 2023 with the following cast: Tim Treloar as the Third Doctor, Sadie Miller as Sarah Jane Smith, and I'm not going to read through the entire cast. It is 6 episode. It is 6 episodes, I believe. Story. So without further ado, here is the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures: Revolution in Space.
From Big Finish Productions.
Doctor? Doctor, can you hear me?
Sarah, are you all right?
Well, I'm alive. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm all right.
What can you see?
Just stars whizzing by, round and round. Oh, I must be spinning. Can you see me?
No, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures: Revolution in Space.
Sarah Jane Smith. A new arrival, Mullins.
But last ship was months ago.
Which makes her presence all the more intriguing.
If possible, I'd like to see the prison.
The prison?
Yes, I'm interested in your history and it sounds fascinating.
Sarah, are you sure about this?
Yes, in case you'd forgotten, I'm not actually your assistant. I'm not just here to take notes and look pretty, you know.
Of course not, but
I've got a mind of my own.
Or if I deliver them victory, I'll be carried throughout Hygeia on their shoulders. Now!
I'm not scared.
Of course you're scared. Fear is the only rational response in my presence.
I am a man of my word.
May you find peace in the next life.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
I think what we've seen so far could be just the beginning.
That was the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures: Revolution in Space, and I can't remember if I mentioned it previously, but it has been written by Jonathan Morris. I was about to say a different name, which was not even a Big Finish writer or a writer of any description, but I did, Jonathan Morris. It's been a while since. I don't tend to re-listen to Big Finish releases unless it's kind of a range that I really like Missy or the new series Doctor Ranges. But yeah, I don't tend to, so it probably has been about 2 years since I listened to this. But yeah, kind of the best bit, you heard a bit of it in the trailer for me, is the kind of the conflict between the Third Doctor, played by Tim Treloar, and Sarah Jane Smith, now played by Sadie Miller. So yeah, that's kind of a bit. It's a 6-episode story, so it's a box set of the same story. It's not like previous Third Doctor Adventures box sets, which I've actually not listened to, where it's multiple stories. It's one long story. But yeah, kind of it is quite. It's in space, obviously. Yeah, kind of I can't remember much from it apart from what was in the trailer there, really. So obviously there's that. So we'll now move on to the second Third Doctor Adventures release of 2024, which was, I think I know what it is. No, keep going. Which is, The Quintessence, which was released in October 2024, written by Lauren Mooney and Stuart Pringle, who have written loads for Big Finish, primarily Torchwood and recently A Ninth Doctor and Rose Adventure, with the following synopsis. The Doctor and Jo Jones arrive at Always, a Victorian manor house perched impossibly on the distant storm world of Nether Reach. Greeted by the peculiar Pepperdines, a couple frantic with worry about their alien daughter, they discovered terrible secrets hidden within the panelled walls and gruesome oil paintings, secrets that will bring the Doctor face to face with one of his most ancient and implacable enemies and put his relationship with Jo to the ultimate test. It was recorded on the 18th, 19th and 22nd of April 2024 and stars Tim Treloar as the Third Doctor, Kate E. Manning as Jo Jones, and Nicholas Briggs as the Cybermen. So before I tell you my thoughts, here is the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, The Quintessence.
There was something else. In the dream, I mean. A sort of feeling. Like something was going to happen. Something bad. Like something was coming.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, The Quintessence.
Jo, Nithara Reach is a storm world light years away from the nearest Earth colony. So?
So? What is a Victorian manor house doing smack bang in the middle of it?
Exactly.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
I can see it even when I close my eyes. I see it in my dreams.
Watch out!
Doctor, it's fine.
You will be like us.
Isn't it difficult being all alone out here?
But we haven't been alone, not really. The angels are with us.
It gets hard to know what's real and what I've only dreamt.
Angels?
Did they send you to us, Jo?
I've only done what I had to do to save her life.
Watching over us.
One of the most dangerous creatures in the universe.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Human life is short. The Cybermen will correct this.
That was the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, The Quintessence, which obviously heavily features the Cybermen. Similar to Revolution in Space, it is a 6-part story. So there's only one story in the box set, unlike other box sets. But yeah, kind of it's kind of a lot of what I remember, again, not listened to this since it was released, was the kind of the confrontations between the Third Doctor and the Cybermen, and the Third Doctor explaining to Jo who the Cybermen are, because she's not met them previously. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Yeah, well, I don't remember much else from that. It's been a while. But yeah, let's move on to the next Third Doctor Adventures set. So now we're into 2025 now, with Doctor Who and the Brain Drain from Third Doctor Adventures, which was released in February 2025, with the following synopsis. A newly exiled Doctor accompanies Liz Shaw and the Brigadier to a symposium held in an imposing Scottish castle. Professor MacLeod and her son have developed a new treatment for memory loss and a possible cure for dementia. As the Doctor investigates sightings of strange mythical creatures and ghosts are unleashed in the castle's corridors, Liz and the Brigadier search for a connection. Just what is happening to the energy produced by the MacLeods' revolutionary treatment, and what is this strange creature that hides in the castle grounds? It was recorded between the 10th and 12th of June 2024, and there's a note here about the chronological placement, which says this story takes place between the television adventures Spearhead from Space and Doctor Who and the Silurians. It stars Tim Treloar as the Third Doctor, Daisy Ashford as Liz Shaw, John Coleshaw as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, amongst others. Are just the main cast. And before I let you know my thoughts on this release, it is time for the trailer. So here's the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain.
Father? Where are you? Help me, help me. A dream. It was just another bad dream.
No, just a dream.
Father? Father!
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain.
The whole of time was my playground. To think I should have fallen so low as to share a bunk with a jumped-up...
Well, Doctor, as we say here on Earth, like it or lump it.
Dr. Elizabeth Shaw, unit.
The Doctor is not on this train.
He said he was on the trail of mythical creatures.
In the meantime, unit troops are on the way from London.
There it is again. Look, Brigadier, they're on the shoreline.
If harnessed correctly, this could prove to be the next step in human evolution.
Wait, what's that?
That light in the window.
Yes, but I'm sure I saw... Come on, Brigadier. Let's take a closer look.
By the end, he wasn't sure what was real and what was just in his mind.
I believe it's possible something is drawing these creatures here.
I feel it too, Doctor.
Liz?
Like part of me is leaving.
No, Liz! Did someone say crackpot ideas?
Doctor.
Sounds just like my sort of conversation.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain. And from what I remember, you sort of heard a bit of it in the trailer. There is kind of the relationship between the Third Doctor and the Brigadier. They have very different backgrounds. The Third Doctor is, well, the Doctor generally is kind of anti-authority, whereas obviously the Brigadier is used to giving and receiving orders. So it's a very different dynamic, which actually links into the next release and the final past Third Doctor Adventures release I've been talking about. But yeah, it's just a lot of words. What am I thinking of? Yeah, it's just nice that they have a combative relationship and don't necessarily get on all the time, but they still friends and trust each other. And speaking of that next Third Doctor Adventures release, that is the Third Doctor Adventures Operation Vengeance, which was released in October 2025. It was written by the Third Doctor Adventure, the Third Doctor himself, Tim Treloar, as well as Nicholas Briggs, with the following synopsis. The Doctor makes an unexpected return trip to the planet Consonia, this time with Sarah Jane Smith. The traumas of his previous visit with Jo Grant are apparently long forgotten, except they are not. Can a long-defeated danger be rearing up again, and will apply to a young British soldier retreating to Dunkirk in 1940 be the catalyst for the unravelling of history? The Doctor, Sarah and the Brigadier must embark upon a mission of mercy, with Jo Grant at its very heart. This was recorded between the 4th and 6th of December 2024, so this was about 10 months, unlike 10 months between being recorded and being released, unlike some of the Second Doctor, which were months. That's nearly a year. But the cast for the Operation Vengeance, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but the main cast is Tim Treloar as the Third Doctor, Sadie Miller as Sarah Jane Smith, John Coleshaw as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, and Katie Manning as Jo Jones and Jo Grant. But before I let you know my thoughts, here is the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, Operation Vengeance.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Operation Vengeance.
Have I ever mentioned Josephine Grant to you?
Just a few times, Doctor. So you were travelling with her when this happened?
That's right, Sarah. And we had a bit of a fight on our hands. Jo, get back!
No, Doctor. It's time someone stood up to him.
No matter how much you aim for the best,
there's more often than not one bad apple in the barrel.
1st Panzer Division Liebstandarte SS Adolf Hitler.
Stukas! Fire! Fire! Fire!
Doctor!
Dunkirk is a war zone, with thousands of frightened and adrenalized men bristling with weaponry.
Searchlight! Look out!
Doctor, if you're so much better than the human race you say you hate, then you prove it.
Why should I listen to your petty moralizing?
Do you think she wants a letter saying you bought it in some stinking field? We gotta get back home. Fight them there, where we've got something to defend.
War shows humanity is its destructive worst, the most dangerous species on Earth. They're fighting directly at the door. Sarah, you'll have to get behind the TARDIS and make a run for it. Do you hear me?
These men you seek, are they soldiers?
One is. The other is a scientist.
And you say you are not working for the British?
Well, no, but I am sort of.
But without a uniform, you will be shot by the Germans as a spy.
Oh, it's hard to explain.
Stand fast! Stand fast! No surrender, lads!
We're not going to hold them down.
Keep at it, Bill! No retreat! Fight to the last man!
Now then, Doctor, what is this all about?
How do you fancy a short trip to France?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures Operation Vengeance. As I said, the most recent Third Doctor Adventures release as of time of recording, not when you're watching or listening to this episode, because I will get to that in a second. It's kind of obviously set during World War II as the synopsis and trailer show. But yeah, kind of from a lot of what I remember, obviously it's been six months since I heard this, and I'm not always concentrating when I'm listening to Big Finish because I'm concentrating, because it's obviously more mental than watching TV. You kind of have to concentrate a little bit more, so I kind of am thinking about other things sometimes. So yeah, but what I do remember is the Brigadier takes control and kind of bosses the Doctor around a lot in this story, which the Doctor doesn't like as much. And obviously we've got those parallels between the Doctor's relationship with Jo versus the Doctor's relationship with Sarah. Obviously the Sarah Jane and the Doctor talking about Jo in the trailer there as well. But that's it for looking back for the Third Doctor Adventures. Now it's time to look to the future for me. But past for you, because it's time for more podcast time with Whammy, because it's now time to talk about the Third Doctor Adventures, The Imposters, which will release for me, but released on the 17th of February 2026, which is still in my future, obviously in your past, very much podcast time with Whammy. So I'm going to talk about it, and then there's something else a couple more things I want to talk about as well. Which, as I said, released on the 17th of February 2026, written by Alan Barnes, with the following synopsis. The Doctor and the Brigadier are on the trail of a stolen advanced technology. Sarah Jane Smith is convinced an informant is leading her to a top-secret space tracking station, and Dr. Elizabeth Shaw is wearing a metal helmet covered in tin foil. It's a deadly puzzle involving a precarious schoolgirl, a Saturday Night All-In wrestling star, and a high-ranking military officer. There's a plot to control the Earth's weather, and somewhere in all this, there's a connection to the constellation of Centaurus. To defeat an enemy with no regard for human life, the Doctor must battle on all fronts, but not before a lethal encounter with the Venusian karate downward clack. This was recorded on the 15th to the 17th of July 2025, so slightly less than it was for Operation Vengeance between recording time and release time, but yeah, it is a bit different. Obviously this is the first Third Doctor Adventure story, or Big Finish story, to feature both Sarah Jane Smith and Dr. Liz Shaw. And here is some of the cast, and the main cast include Tim Treloar as the Third Doctor, Sadie Miller as Sarah Jane Smith, Daisy Ashford as Liz Shaw, and John Coleshaw as Brigadier Lethbridge. There is more cast, but that's the main cast. And I didn't realise this. I don't know if I've talked about it on the channel. I might have done or not. I can't remember. But here is the trailer for the Third Doctor Adventures, The Imposters.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, The Imposters.
It's all right, I don't need any help. I'm a journalist. Rifling through secret files is what I'm best at.
Young lady, would you be good enough to turn out your pockets?
Good grief, she's got a laser. Do you think she's an alien?
I'm not, really, I'm not.
Neptunian so-called? Don't
would click-clack!
I don't see any dinosaurs on the drive, or Daleks.
I don't follow.
It's Venusian karate.
Exactly, Sarah.
Follow whoever it is down to ground level.
Oh, I'm getting the hang of this.
Intruder in containment sector.
Elimination protocol activated by Dr. Elizabeth Shaw.
You wouldn't happen to have an interfering journalist in there with you by any chance? Because I have to tell you, she's with me. Sarah, get down!
The microwave beam was spectacular.
The mind does not travel through time and space. It renders time and space to contain itself.
You are.
Now those things are gaining on us. You go, Sarah Jane.
Oh, what are you going to do? Fend them off with one-legged Venusian judo?
Just this once, will you try not to argue?
Come here. I'll show you submission.
Fire!
The telescope can't take that sort of punishment.
Never mind that.
Commiserations! The rest you know.
On the contrary, Liz, we know nothing. Who are they, these imposters? What are they doing here?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Tragedy in Croydon this afternoon. The Doctor appears to be dead.
That is the trailer for the third Doctor Adventures, The Imposters, which obviously for once we're all in the same boat because none of us, I've not listened to it, I've not got an advanced copy or anything, so I don't know. All I know is that trailer, but we got a bit of all four of the main cast there, the Doctor, Liz, Sarah Jane and the Brigadier. It looks like a lot of fun with wrestling somehow in the mix as well. But it's not the only third Doctor Adventures releasing in 2026, because we also have which currently doesn't have a title, the third Doctor Adventures 2026 piece, the second release in 2026, which will be released in October 2026. But after The Imposters, because if you're in when this episode is going out, and The Imposters, if you don't want to wait till October for more third Doctor, you don't have to, because coming in April 2026 we have Zygon Sentry Transformation with a episode featuring the third Doctor. I'm not going to talk about the whole box set, I'm just going to talk about the third Doctor one because I've talked about it in the previous episode. So the third and final box set in Zygon Sentry Transformation, titled 1974, The Caldwell Restitution, written by Ken Bentley, is the third Doctor story with the following synopsis. Agent Caldwell has been posted to the British Embassy in Moscow and ordered to investigate a rising star of the Communist Party, but Caldwell is a shadow of his former self, played by nightmares of the past and missing visions of the future. As the third Doctor enters the fray, human and Zygon plots collide, and Caldwell's visions threaten to endanger the world, though neither man can remember the other. Can the Doctor and Caldwell put a stop to this Zygon Sentry once and for all? So that's coming out as well. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of all the releases I talked about in this episode, and if you've listened to them, what you thought of them, my recap. If you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, and I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.